I did. It was actually a way to bring people together to start singing, and I created a whole volunteer group of singers that we would do shows every single month, and we loved it so much that we ended up turning professional. Music has changed my wife. Music has changed my life in a lot of ways. No, music has changed my life in a lot of ways. First of all, I didn't really even start singing until I was an adult. Most of the Encore Performers have been singing since they were kids, but I just started a couple of years ago, and I found that I loved it. It was just kind of an accidental thing, and I'm never going back. In 5 years, I see us playing stadiums. That's very ambitious. Every single friggin' one of them, because I love them all. Every single show has been my favorite at one time or another, with the exception of Christian's comedy show. I'm just kidding. No, every show has been my favorite at one point or another, and I would love to go back and do every single one of them. They were all fun. Most embarrassing moment in Encore. I'm pretty shameless, so I don't know that I've had a lot of embarrassing moments. It was a little tough to dress and drag for the Topsy Turvy show, but I went out on the stage and I owned it anyway, so maybe I can call that my most embarrassing moment. Elvis, the King Presley, and nothing else. Mambo number 5. That ended up kind of accidentally becoming my wife and my song. So that's our song. And then I actually got to sing it in one of the Encore shows in the 90s show. Favorite song I performed is probably American Trilogy by, once again, Elvis. It was a lot of fun. I put on the jumpsuit and everybody seemed to have a good time while I was doing it. Strangely enough, I'm not going to say an Elvis one because I've done most of those. I would say that the one that I would love to do, whether on video or live, is the final confrontation scene. That's not the name of it now. I'm blanking on it, from Phantom of the Opera, where it's you got Rawl, you got the Phantom, and you got Christine all singing together. Final layer. My favorite musical for the longest time was Phantom of the Opera, until Dear Evan Hansen came along, and I cried from the very first song till the end of the dang on show. And for some reason, I like to cry, I guess, because that's not my favorite show. Favorite music genre is late 60s, early 70s rock and roll. My go-to happy song is really anything Elvis. We did a show called Love is a Battlefield. Perhaps you remember it. During that show, we had challenges where if we didn't pass the challenge, we had to eat something weird that was concocted by one of our group members. They made these sandwiches. I don't know what was in them, but they were supposed to be really gross. I ended up liking them. I went back for a second.